What happens if inflation keeps rising? Imagine this every month. Your groceries cost more. Your rent jumps again. Even a cup of coffee that used to be $3 is now $6. It sounds like a bad dream, but it's exactly what happens when inflation spirals out of control. Today, let's talk about what rising inflation really means, how it affects your wallet, and what could happen if it doesn't stop. Inflation simply means prices are going up, but it's not just about numbers. When inflation rises, your money buys less. If your paycheck stays the same but prices rise by 10%, it's like taking a 10% pay cut in real life. Normally, a little inflation, around 2% a year, is considered healthy. It shows that the economy is growing and people are spending. But when inflation keeps climbing above that, things can start to unravel fast. So, what happens to you and me when inflation rises? Let's start with the basic living costs. Groceries, gas, rent, and healthcare all become more expensive. If your income doesn't keep up, you're forced to make tough choices, maybe cutting back on essentials or skipping things you used to afford easily. Savings also lose value. That $1,000 in your bank account, it buys less each month inflation rises. It's like your money is melting slowly over time. And businesses? They struggle too. When their costs for raw materials, labor, or shipping rise, they often pass that cost onto consumers, pushing prices even higher. Here's where things can spiral. When people expect prices to keep rising, they start spending faster trying to buy before things get more expensive. That increased demand can push prices up even more, creating a feedback loop known as a wage price spiral. Workers demand higher pay to keep up, companies raise prices to cover higher wages, and the cycle continues. If left unchecked, this can lead to hyperinflation, where prices rise so fast that money becomes almost worthless. Countries like Venezuela and Zimbabwe experience this, where basic items cost millions or even billions of their local currency. But it's not just individuals who suffer, the entire economy does. Central banks, like the US Federal Reserve, often step in to cool things down by raising interest rates. This makes borrowing money more expensive, slowing down spending and business growth. But there's a trade-off. Higher interest rates can also lead to recession, job losses, falling stock prices, and slower economic activity. So it's a delicate balance. Fight inflation too slowly, and prices keep climbing. Fight it too hard, and you risk crashing the economy. If inflation keeps rising, it doesn't just make things more expensive. It reshapes how people live, save, and plan for the future. It eats away at purchasing power, widens the gap between rich and poor, and erodes trust in the financial system itself. So the next time you hear inflation, don't tune it out. It's not just an economic term. It's something that affects your wallet, your future, and the entire world economy. And if it keeps rising unchecked, it could change everything.